everybody, JC here, and welcome to a new TNI Live. So I've got some channel changes that are coming up here that I want to talk with you guys about before we get into today's activities, which we're going to be taking a look at the new Haslab Dragonfly. Got some news bits, but I just wanted to touch base with you guys a little bit here. So you can see I changed the opening a little bit, changed the whole viewing, a little bit different angles and stuff. Better use of the review station, which you're going to see here in a bit. But as far as the channel goes, where you're going to see the most changes is I'm going to be putting a much greater emphasis on channel members. So, for those of you who aren't a channel member, and that's most of you, because right now I only have one actual channel member. Not that I've really been doing anything with the channel members, but for those of you who decide you don't want to become a channel member, and that's totally cool, not much is going to change for you guys, because I still plan on doing about the same amount of content for the non-channel members as I've been doing. When news warrants, the Monday and Wednesday live stream videos, and then Friday a pre-recorded just regular news video. So that pretty much is going to stay the same. But what I am going to start doing more of for people who decide to become a channel member, and there is a link to that in the video description. There should be a join button too, but if that doesn't work, there's a link in the video description of becoming a channel member. And it is $3. But before you're like, oh, I don't want to spend $3 becoming a channel member, just know that basically that would be money that goes into the channel. Anything that the channel brings in, it's not like I'm going to take it and just, go spend it frivolously. It'll be money that I turn around and put it back in towards the channel. So you're going to see a lot more content outside of those 3 videos where, it's going to be for the channel members only, whether it's looking at product, whether we're talking about, recent movies or wrestling or whatever. But Thursdays and Tuesdays, and maybe even on the weekends, you're going to start seeing, in the form of live streams, basically, but only for channel members. So, you guys are great. You tune in every week. So, and again, if you don't want to actually become a channel member, I totally get it. Nothing's much is going to change in regards to that. But even beyond that, I'm looking at other ideas for channel members. Like I'm even this idea where I'm going to create a special section on the TNI forums just for channel members, so that, once you become a channel member, then you get access to that section. And then there we can do things like contests, and which are easier to do like on the forums than like here on YouTube and stuff. So, basically my goal here is I want to create not just a channel for news, but I also want to create a channel where everybody can come together and just kind of try and enjoy this hobby of action figure collecting. So that's really what I'm looking to push for with this. So like I say, if you decide you don't want to become a channel member, that is great, or not great, but that is fine. That's perfectly fine. And not much is, really nothing's going to change, because you'll get the same level of content here on this channel as a non-channel member as you were before. It's just there will be some additional content that I will start creating specifically for those who did, perhaps decide to become a channel member. So that's basically what I wanted to let you guys know. In fact, like tomorrow, I plan on doing a live stream tomorrow where, we'll take a look at this new DC Multiverse Detective Comics. This was a McFarlane store exclusive. It has started to arrive. People who decide to purchase it. So, like tomorrow, I'm going to do a channel only, member only live stream. And one of the focuses will be, taking a look at this. So that's kind of how I am envisioning things going forward. All right, so let us see who is here today. For all you non-channel members, like I say, I only have right now. I literally only have one channel member, Mark Sowerby, which I don't even actually ever see him on these live streams. So I think he just, became a channel member just as kind of like a, contribute, just to kind of give back to the channel a little bit, which again, that is 100% great. And again, I've really done nothing with the channel membership up until this point. So anybody who did become a channel member really wasn't getting anything from it. But I am, again, looking to kind of change that. Okay, so let's just do a quick roll call, see who's in the house. Zim is in the house. Good to see you. Received his Dragonfly yesterday. Sweet. Let's see. Jeremy, what's up? Mr. 777, what is up? Max Zombie, what is up, my friend? Judge Dreads, good to see you. Rashid, first stream in a minute and stuck at work. Hopefully, if you're stuck at work and you're in a position to watch this, then hopefully you won't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble at work for watching my live stream, but always welcome. Mr. Allmine, good to see you. Eric is in the house. What is up? Hobgoblin 1985, good to see you. John from Ireland, always good to hear from you. And John, we got both Johns in the house today, so good to hear from you as well. See, I missed all the news about the Marvel Legend leaks. I couldn't find the info on Marvelous News either. We talked, I think it was last Monday, in Monday's live stream last week, where we talked about that. And yeah, just like go to Marvelous News and do like in the search bar, just put in rumors and it should come, the story should come up as well. But yeah, we definitely talked about that last week. And I think it was Monday's live stream that we went down all of that stuff. All right, let's see. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do. Let's go over. So so we are going to take a look. This arrived this week for me as well, so I'm going to give you a good look at this. And I love it overall. Maybe a few minor like little nitpicks, but overall I'm really loving it. But before we get into the Dragonfly, let's cover the latest round of news. So we'll start with Marvel. It's always good to start with Marvel. So couple new pre-orders today. Well, not necessarily new, but reissues of the X-Men 97 Gambit. This is available at places like, this is a fan channel, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Other fan channel e-tailers I'm sure have it as well. I don't think Amazon has this one, but Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Earlier this morning, we got the reissue of the Rogue figure that went up. This was only available at Target, unfortunately. It did last, I want to say it lasted about an hour, went up a little bit after 9 o'clock this morning. And I want to say it lasted about an hour before it sold out. It is now currently sold out on Target's website, at least last time I checked. Let me just make sure it's still sold out. Yes, it has sold out. So, but we were given another opportunity at the X-Men 97 Rogue figure. And again, Gambit, if you missed that one and want to add it, it is available once again at fan channel retailers. Tomorrow, we are getting another Marvel Legend pre-order. So that Spot figure from the Across the Spider-Verse movie, the black version of Spot, we got the white version, in the original wave of these. But this is a single standalone pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're into the Spider-Verse figures, this is one that you may want to check out. I have yet to watch this movie, so I don't know why he goes from white to black. I don't know if it's the same character and he just changed colors, or if this is an alternate version of him or what. But again, this figure is going up for pre-order. This was announced at the Luca convention a couple weeks ago. So, like I say, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon should have this one as well. So if you want to add that one to your collection, look for it to go up tomorrow. Hot Toys, for you Deadpool fans, is, I'm sure what happened to the image here. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure what happened there. So we'll go in here. So Hot Toys has teased new Deadpool and Wolverine figures from the movie. So, we've already gotten Wolverine and Deadpool, or pre-orders at least, haven't actually shipped, but they are doing Deadpool and Wolverine, Lady Pool, some of the other Deadpool core. But now it looks like they are going to do Elektra, X-23, Gambit, and Blade. So all from the movie. And all we have right now is just this preview, but more details should be coming soon on that. So as soon as those are available, we'll let you know. And I think that's it for really in the way of any major Marvel news. We got some new trailers this past weekend. Not going to really go over those, but new Captain America, Brave New World, new Thunderbolts. Actually, gotta say, I'm feeling a little more excited for both these movies after these latest trailers. So, that's actually a good thing. I did want to point one thing out though. Fast forward. You want me? Come and get me. All right, so I kind of wanted to go to the. So this is our best look at Red Hulk from the upcoming movie, and I got to tell you, the Hasbro Red Hulk figure, the head looks nothing like this. So that's kind of what I pretty much knew that when they first announced it, but and it's not that it's a bad figure, it's just I gotta get to it. I mean, that to me, yeah, those that just looks like a generic Red Hulk head sculpt. Doesn't look anything like Harrison Ford. Doesn't even have the gray in the hair. I don't think. Maybe it does. Maybe there's a little bit of gray there on the side. It's hard to tell if that's the light or not, but definitely that head sculpt to me does not really look like what it does in the movie. And I'm sure maybe, Hasbro was going off early, just like they always do with the movie stuff. But definitely that kind of, when I was watching that trailer, it was like, yeah, that whole head on the figure looks nothing like what we're seeing in the movie. So yeah, I think that's it for Marvel, for latest Marvel news. Oh, and just so again, if you want, just type rumor in the search bar up here, uh, and you can get all the latest. Again, if you want to go back and watch last Monday's live stream video, we talked about all this. But if you just want to read about it, just do a search in the bar here and type rumor, and the story should come up. All right, let's see. John says, looks like he's getting Dragonfly on the secondary market. Hopefully, he won't have to pay too much, but usually, I'm going to guess you're going to at least have to pay double the price. Yeah, it isn't Harrison Ford. The regular Red Hulk is good enough for me. Yeah, I mean, if like you don't have if you missed out on the recent Target, the Build a Figure or the recent Target exclusive Red Hulk deluxe comic book base figure, then this new movie Red Hulk, would probably work really well. But as far as just an actual, I imagine at some point down the road we'll get one that looks more like Harrison Ford. Good, glad you found it. Yeah, I mean it's mostly X-Men and Spider-Man stuff, but definitely some good sounding stuff there. All right, let's see what else we got going on that we want to talk about today for you Texas Chainsaw Massacre fans. We've got new figures from NECA. So we've got a Hitchhiker 8-inch cloth figure, and Pretty Woman Leatherface figure. These are part of the 50th anniversary. So these are up at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, the drill. So again, these are the 8-inch, with the cloth outfits. But if you're into Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you might want to check these out. Again, these just went up for pre-order today. Can't say I'm a huge Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. I think I've seen the original movie maybe once, and that was many, many years ago. But I definitely have not really followed up with any of the remakes or any of that jazz. Four Horsemen. So we've got a new 2-pack that has gone up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. So Amazing Alien and Creature Creator Legion Con 2024 exclusive. So this was offered this past weekend. It was this past weekend, right? I lost track. But so you can get this now off of Big Bad Toy Store. At least you could. See if it's still available. Yeah, it's still available. $135 for the 2-pack. Also, this Mythic Legions 2-pack. This is also available at Big Bad Toy Store now. New Joker statue from McFarlane Toys. This one up for pre-order today, based on Jason Fabok. That's how you say his last name, the artist. So this is a 1/6 scale statue or pose figure. I think they're calling this one a statue. No, pose collectible, whatever. But again, this one up for pre-order today. Also, we've got another Batman cowl. So this is based on 66 Batman. So this is going to be going up for pre-order on the 13th if you've been collecting these. New Adventures Batman figures, another round going up for pre-order on November 22nd. So these are reissues of the original DC collectible figures. So these are 6-inch figures. So if you got that DC Page Puncher's Red Hood figure, this would be more fitting really for this line, but there you go. Scarecrow. So Riddler, Scarecrow, and Batman. All three will going up for pre-order. But again, all three of these are reissues. These aren't like brand new figures. These were done by DC Collectibles, several years ago. We have a new Platinum Edition figure for you guys to check out. Craven the Collector found this at his local Target. So this is basically using that Detective Comics body. I think also the original Spawn, and I mean this is listed as Spawn, from the Spawn Batman limited series, but different head from the Detective Comics one, but same body, I think. You don't get two capes, and I think this figure. I don't think this is the first. Even that Detective Comics one, I don't think was the first time they used this one. But I've lost track of all the different Batmans. So, but blue and gray for that body. Also, there's a Batman Knoll figure. So there's an autograph version that was available at Walmart and McFarlane's store. I don't know if they're still available. Looks like they sold out. But then there's just a non-autographed platinum edition version of this figure that is hitting Target stores. I don't know if it'll be available anywhere else, but you can never get too many Batmans. Official images for the Target exclusive Geoforce. There is a platinum version of this in green, but this is the regular version, but it is a Target store exclusive. It's been hitting stores for a couple of weeks now. I don't know when or if it's going to be made available online. And then the platinum edition Sketch Spawn figure in blue. This has been showing up at Walmart stores, not yet available online, but probably will be soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the McFarlane front. For you Hot Toy fans, the Bat Missile from the second Keaton Batman movie, Batman Returns. I never really considered this a missile, but when he wanted to go through the narrow alley and he shed it off the sides of the car, I believe this is what this is based on. And they're calling it, again, the Bat Missile. So 1/6 scale vehicle for you Hot Toy fans. And I believe this is available for pre-order now. It's only going to set you back $624.99. So, save up for Christmas if you want to get this one. But it is available for pre-order at our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. Let's jump to G.I. Joe. So this is interesting. Mega blocks, if you're into building block sets. We've had various GI Joe building block sets in the past. Hasbro tried, remember it was years ago when Hasbro tried to launch their own line of building block stuff. I forget what it was even called, but they did GI Joe. And then there was those generic dollar store kind of Lego sets for GI Joe that hit a couple years ago. But now, official mega, blocks, not Lego, but mega blocks from Mattel. Just again, another case of Mattel licensing out G.I. Joe to other companies. I don't think we'll ever see Lego do G.I. Joe. I think maybe just because of the military aspect of it. I don't know. For some reason, Lego never seemed interested in doing G.I. Joe, but mega blocks. You get Ace and Duke, little minifigures, Cobra Commander, and the His Tank Driver. So, kind of cool if you're into building blocks and stuff. I'm not really into building blocks, but these are kind of tempting to me. Figures do sit in the Sky Striker, which is cool. So it's a set with the Sky Striker and His Tank, and then the 4 minifigures. And the box is very reminiscent of the original, toy line. So detailing's actually really nice on these. You get little figure stands as well. I like how you get like accurate looking weapons. So to the original toy line. So Cobra Commander's gun even fits on his back. So I don't know, really kind of cool. Now this, I believe, is being sold exclusively on the Mattel Creations website. The cost is $81, so it is a little bit on the pricey side, but I mean, really, if you think about Legos and stuff, doesn't seem too bad. This is going up for sale on November 15th, again on the Mattel Creations website. $81. 12 p.m. Eastern time is when these should go up. These might, depending on how many they're actually making, I could see this maybe selling out. So we'll have to see how it does, but I feel like definitely if this sells, I feel like we will be seeing more of these G.I. Joe Mega Block sets in the future. I don't know if they'll all be exclusive just on Mattel Creations or if they'll end up seeing any kind of general release or what have you, but those are kind of cool. While we're on the subject of GI Joe, some early prototype images have slipped out from the factories overseas. Jay Khan, not sure who that really is, but he watermarked these. Again, these look like factory samples for GI Joe Classified, Ninja Force Slice and Dice. So, obviously, because these are early prototypes, not finished painted, and all that jazz. So I would expect some changes, but Slice and Dice, your kind of first early look of those two coming to the classified line. And that's pretty much it on GI Joe. Talked about NECA. I don't think there's anything else really from NECA that we haven't talked about previously. Masters of the Universe fans, if you wanted to get that Turtles of Grayskull 2 Bop Steady, the Rocksteady Bebop 2-headed Too Bad kind of figure. This was up on Target. Let me see if it's still available or if it's sold out. Looks like it has sold out, though you can check and see if it's available at your local store, but shipping is not available for this one. But again, right now, I believe for this one, Target is the only place to get it. For you Mondo fans, Designer Con exclusive, negative or anti-Eternia Battle Cat. So, in the black and red colors to go with the anti-Eternia He-Man. I guess they're calling this Hell Skull. So, that's the name of them. So, this is kind of a Mondo creation. So, I don't think we've ever seen a anti-Eternia Battle Cat before. I could be wrong on that, but I don't recall them ever doing that in any other version. But again, this is a Designer Con exclusive. Should be available online on the Mondo store on November 15th. Designer Con is this weekend. I think Super 7 is going to be there at Designer Con as well. So I don't know if we'll get any kind of new reveals or anything, but we might. Also being offered on Mattel Creations, that Origins Geldor figure. I know nothing about this character. I know they did a classics version of this guy, but it's kind of like, looks like he is a big Mr. T fan or something. It's kind of what it reminds me of. But again, now joining the Origins line, available exclusively on Mattel Creations. We saw this at San Diego. I think it's still available, $20. Yeah, it is still available there. So if you want to get it, if you're still collecting Origins, then like I said, head over there. Star Wars. Let me jump over to Star Wars. We did get some Star Wars news this week. So every Tuesday for like the next month, we're going to get new Star Wars reveals, followed by pre-orders. So this week, 2 Amazon exclusive sets. These are available on Amazon now. So the Clone Commando and Training Battle Droid, and Dagon and a hybrid BX droid. So again, both of these are being sold as Amazon exclusives. Gaming Greats line, Battlefront 2. I guess you can never have too many types of clones and battle droids. These are essentially kind of just repaints, but there you go. Dagon figure looks pretty cool. So that one is unique, but the others I think are just primarily repaint. $44.99 each. And like I say, we'll be getting Star Wars reveals every week. Oh, these images popped up via Vic. This looks like a Target exclusive range trooper from Andor. Or I feel like we got this during this, or version of this during the Solo line, or movie line, when the Solo movie came out. The Ghost Haslab is about to ship to people. So if you back that, you should be getting that soon. Hasbro's doing a new line of mix mashers, so it looks like Hasbro's taking a page from Playmates and their mutant mashup figures, essentially. Not that we've seen this kind of line of figures before, but both Star Wars and Marvel are getting this treatment. These went up on Amazon earlier this week. These are really more for the kids, but again, I guess you could mix and match with the Star Wars and the Marvel if you wanted to, if you got both lines. But I was looking for the date. Now I can't find it. Oh, here we go. So this new reveals. I thought they gave a date, but maybe not. But I think it's like going to be for like the course of the month, or at least till the end of this month, where we're going to get new reveals every Tuesday, followed by pre-orders. I don't think much on the way of Transformer news. Nothing really on that front. So, I guess the Transformers are getting the mix and mash treatment as well. So you can also get Transformers. No G.I. Joe, but Star Wars, Marvel, and Transformers. Looks like it's getting this Hero Masher treatment. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about. Cartoons and cannabis. Hey, GC, keep missing notices. Hope you're well. Thank you. Good to hear from you. I'm doing pretty good. So it may be like I didn't do a live stream this past Monday because it was Veterans Day and there hadn't been a lot of news. And then I only did one live stream last Monday. I missed Wednesday last week as well. So that might be why you weren't getting as many notices as usual, because we're a little bit late. It's kind of in a slow period for news as we go into the holidays. So, really kind of less new reveals and more in the way of sales, clearance sales and stuff as we go into, Black Friday and stuff. It's what I kind of foresee for the remaining of the year. Of course, again, we do have the Star Wars reveals every Tuesday. Hasbro has said they will have one final fan stream at some point before the end of the year. So I'm guessing that'll be sometime in December, but they just said end of year. So I guess it could be this month. We'll have to see. And a couple of pre-orders here and there. Jeremy, the Mega Block G.I. Joe would be great with Transformer figures to being to scale. Now, Lego is doing Transformers, so I don't know how well they would scale with G.I. Joe stuff, but Lego is actually doing some Transformer Lego sets, but not G.I. Joe. Oh, actually, one other bit of news I wanted to talk about, I highlighted. Um, this Scarecrow figure from Mondo, 1/6 scale, the regular I talked about on Friday the Mondo exclusive version, but the regular version is up at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. But what I did want to talk about, new turtle figures from Joy Toy. So April and Shredder have been revealed. These have not yet, as far as I know of, these have not yet gone up for pre-order yet, but we're getting our first look at April. Fairly classic yellow jumpsuit. It's got a black shirt underneath, so it's more like a jacket now. But interesting take on April. She comes with the camera, has the Mausers. I guess she's doing a selfie there with the turtle communicator. So I actually like that April figure. I think they did a pretty good job with that. So that's everything you get with April, and then Splinter. A little modern take on Splinter. I kind of like the white beard and mustache. Gives him kind of the ancient master look to him. So he looks a little more menacing than like, his original look. But you get some baby turtles with this one, various weapons, some training stuff. So I suspect these will be going up for pre-order soon. But we did again get these new images for these. If you've been collecting this line, it is a smaller scale line, 10.4 centimeters. So I want to say what these are like. I think if I remember correctly, these are like 5-inch figures, something along those lines. But kind of cool if you're a turtle fan. 4 inches. Thank you, Vex. All right, so let us jump back to talking about the Dragonfly. So, real quick, the box. So, comes in 3 boxes, 2 outer shipping boxes, and then this box. So, it is well protected. This is your artwork. I'm sure you've seen this already. Hasbro showed this off. You also get cool schematics on the back of the box. So I'll actually give you a better look at that. So this, for those of you who collected the original G.I. Joe toys, you get these kind of schematics in the instruction booklets, but now they've been sticking them on the packaging. So breaks down everything, which is cool. Stealth enhanced rotor blades, air intake, pilot door, gunner door, ammunition bay access door. Let's see what else. Spotlights, engine bay access door, twin turbo shaft engines, exhaust ports, rear horizontal stabilizers. So up here's your radar. Up here at the front, the little cone. So really kind of, throwback to the original toy line with these little schematics, vehicle schematics, which is cool. Air data sensor up here at the top, articulated V-tail wing. Let's see what else. What does it say? Counter rotation turbine. That's the back thing here. I'll show you that when we look at the actual. If you're wondering what these missiles are called, they're called Jester missiles. I didn't know that. And I will probably forget the names of those. So Creeper missiles is the big white one. M34 grenade launcher. CM rocket launcher, or 7 centimeter. So again, just kind of cool that it breaks that down. Now, one thing I want to point out here. So let's so from here we can see the pilot door, which is the back seat, essentially listing the pilot. Gunner door, the front seat. So one thing, like, I know that's technically the way, and I I don't know really even why it is, because it seems like if you're the pilot and you're sitting in the back seat, all you're going to see is the guy's head in front of you. But technically, the pilot seat is the back seat. Though in the original cartoon, it was always the front seat. In the original box art, it was always the front seat that the pilot stood, which to me, that makes the most logical sense. I don't know what the reasoning is why they make the pilot seat sit in the back, but all of this is to say that for me, as somebody who's not collecting this as a realistic military vehicle, but collecting this as G.I. Joe, my figure, under normal circumstances, my Wild Bill is going to sit in the front seat, and my co-pilot, which probably will generally be airborne, will be sitting in the back seat, just like on the original artwork, just like always featured in the toy. So I posted a picture on social media the other day of the two figures in the cockpit, and I had a couple of different people say, "Oh, well, Wild Bill's supposed to sit in the back seat," and I'm like, "Well, technically, but not in my world, not in my GI Joe world, because that's just how it was for me." So I put this together.
Gonna return his fire?
Not till I know who I want to look at that bird. Or what's left of her.
Aren't you gonna return his fire?
Not till I know who I'm a-shooting at.
How about that smoke coming out of our tail?
Ah, we're just singed a little bit.
So you can see, again, the cartoon, he almost always sat in the front. Here's the box art for the original toy, again, in the front. Now here's up close look at the figures inside. I will tell you, one of the biggest pains in the butt with this is getting the figures to sit inside. It is a pretty tight fit, and then getting them to grip the throttles. There are throttles in both seats. So the seat belts can be kind of a pain to get over, like their gear, their holsters and stuff, and then getting them clasped is a little bit of a pain. And this is this I have for this time here, I have Wild Bill in the back, which is, I guess, technically the correct way of having it, but probably I will end up with Wild. I will also say that the figure in the front seat is a little bigger, the area is a little wider, so it's easier to get the figure inside. Awesome LED display with controls. That's the best as far as the electronics go. There's a front headlight. There's two front headlights and a searchlight on the bottom, but by far the coolest of the lights are the controls, when the controls light up, and it really lights up the cockpit. So, and it stays lit for like a minute or so. So, I mean, it stays on for a fair amount of time, but it does shut off automatically. All right, so now let's head over to the review studio. So, a couple things I want to note. So this on this side panel opens on the front here. It kind of pops into place. That's as far up as it goes. Don't try and force it. Even move it slowly. This plastic, I've seen some people snap this off. So just know that when you're opening these side panels, just use some care. On this side, it's the back panel that opens. So just know that. Then, of course, you can also, just like on the original, you can just open it up like that. So pretty good there. So you can see I do have both figures in here. So the way the seatbelt works, again, it's kind of a pain because getting it to clasp or even unclasp can be kind of a pain in the butt. So I must have clasped this one really good because it's now giving me difficulties in unclasping. And the seatbelts are just rubber, but again, the way they kind of just push in, it can be a pain to get them undone. So I'm going to go back here, see if I... Also, I would recommend when you're fooling with the figures, trying to get them in the cockpit, take things like their helmets off. So Wild Bill has, he comes with a hat with the hairpiece attached, which when you have him sit inside, I recommend you using that. But he also has a separate hairpiece and a separate hat, which I'll show you in just a minute. I know the seatbelts are there for realism, but they're more trouble than they're worth. And again, you have to make sure, because you have this bottom part of the seatbelt that their legs slide into, but they can get stuck like on their holsters and stuff. So just note that. Oh, and one thing I also would note, the throttles, there's a throttle on both seats. They just pop out. They fit in with a little ball joint. I recommend you pull this out, and if you want the figure to hold the throttle, have the figure grip it and then stick it back in the ship once you have the figure seated, because trying to get the figure to grab the throttle while you have him seated is a pain in the butt. So again, I don't know how you can see that, but just note that if you want the figures to hold the throttle, it's easier to take the throttle out. And this has a tendency to fall down some when you're trying to fool with the figures. So again, just be careful with the canopy. Like I said, I'm having this one. There we go. Again, gets stuck on the holsters. All right, so detailing inside is pretty good. Get a little extra light in there. But again, when it's lit up inside there, it definitely looks good. All right, so Wild Bill is the only figure I've actually opened. The other figures that are included with the Dragonfly, I don't know if I'm actually even going to open. So this is the packaging for the figures. They are individually boxed. Get the artwork for Wild Bill. And then, like I say, I haven't opened these. I'm not really into the Night Force stuff. So I imagine at some point we will get regular versions of Ripcord and Crazy Legs, which I will definitely get those. But for now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these Night Force versions of these characters. And Crazy Legs and Night Force, Black Gear. Again, I'm sure we will get regular versions either on retro card backs or maybe with these two, maybe regular. I don't know. Wild Bill, I imagine, will get a re-release on a retro card back. Maybe in his blue outfit colors from the cartoon. And then finally, Glenda Mulligan, which is a foreign release figure. So, basically Scarlet, but blonde hair. This is another one that I don't really care that much about. So, I don't know. But definitely Wild Bill in his toy colors, his original toy colors, comic colors. Again, the cartoon, he wore a blue outfit, but original cartoon and toy, or original comic and toy, was the green and brown. So as I mentioned, you get, if you just want to have Wild Bill be able to take his hair off or his hat off, you get, you know, the two separate, and the hat does fit. So you can either have him hold his hat, or if you want to use the hairpiece and be able to take the hat off, then, you know, the hat does fit on there pretty good. I haven't had too much issue with it falling off. Or again, especially when you're going to sit him in the, you know, in the helicopter, I recommend using this one that has the hairpiece attached, you know, is attached into the hat. It also comes with glasses, which work better than, say, like the Buzzer figure, but still can have a tendency to either get crooked or sometimes fall off, especially when it falls off in the cockpit. That is a pain in the butt. But they do, well, it just fell off there. So again, I am not a big fan of these removable glasses on figures. I would almost prefer that they just keep the glasses on, but there you go. Glasses do have nice shiny lenses, black, you know, gloss lenses, which is nice. The rims are gold, kind of a goldish color. He's got the symbol on his hat. He has the dragonfly patch on this arm. He's got a removable knife. He's got the 6 shooters. So little stars on the handle. These fit a little bit loose. So not going to fall off out, but if you shook it enough, they might fall out. So they're a little bit loose in the holster, but overall not too bad. The vest piece is a separate piece, but I haven't tried to take it off. I don't know if it's fully attached, if it's attached to the figure anywhere, or if it's completely separate, but you could probably get that off if you wanted to. Nice detailing, like on his gloves here. So you got the cow and the star symbol, I guess for like Texas. I think that's where he's from, is Texas. So pretty nice detailing overall. Figure overall, you know, joints are a little bit loose on him, but nothing too bad. He's got on this side the American flag patch. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the Wild Bill figure. And then again, for me, Airborne is the figure to go with Wild Bill, which was sold separately, not included with the Dragonfly, but was always kind of considered Wild Bill's co-pilot, gunner, whatever you want to call him. So he is the one that will be sitting in the helicopter with Wild Bill. Again, this one is sold. This figure is sold separately. All right, let's see. What else can we go over? Okay, so first of all, I can't say, you get these big white missiles on that go out on the outer piece here. So actually, you get this thing. I don't know why they made this a separate piece, but you can actually remove this. But that's missiles attach. You have this option on the bottom, and I like the. I almost wish you could put this on the side instead of the big weight missile, but you can't because they've got different connectors. But you do have the option where you can either use these, you get 2 of these, or you can use these. So you get the individual missiles, and these do come off. So and it just pops in. And I haven't had any real problem with like missiles falling off or anything like that. So that's nice. But again, I almost wish like I could use these on the bottom and these on the side instead of the big white missile. I wish the missiles were black. I don't know, the bright white just, I don't know. That might be authentic, but I don't really like how the white missiles look. Let's see, what else? We've got the machine gun, which has more posability than the original toy did. You can pivot, do it up and down. It does not rotate, but you do get, it can point upward pretty good and it can point down pretty good. So I don't think on the original toy you had that ability. So definitely that's nice. You get the little bullets, which attach or a separate piece. We get the light in here a little bit better. So I don't know how well you can see, but these are, bullets feeding into the gun. It is a hard plastic. So, that's nice. Propeller works well. I don't have a lot of space here, so I can't rotate the propeller all the way around very well. But you do not get the feature where, in the original toy, there was a little button on the side that you would push back and forth, and that would make the rotors move on their own. That is not a feature with this one. But again, you can, just push them and manually have them go around. Let's see what else. You get these little rudder wings, which are bright yellow. They connect to each other. They just push in and they connect. So can't really see it very well, but there's one on this side, and when you rotate either side, both of them move. These back wings, you can pose. You can either have them down like that, or you can have them more up. So it's really up to you. This piece here, you can take off. You have to kind of pull. So I want to say this is more in keeping. This is kind of how it looked on the original toy, but on this one, it's almost like it has a cover to it. So I think that's more realistic. You get that pops up, so revealing the engine. If you want to do some engine work. Also over here, it's a step. It's not really a step, but it does say step there. But you can move this, and basically this gun here on the side, these are the bullets feeding in for that gun. So, and then you have the front gun, which again has more movement. I want to say on the original toy, it was actually 2 cannons that were smaller, whereas this one's a longer single cannon. But the main thing is, on the original, you could rotate back and forth like this, but I don't think you had the up or the down movement. So you couldn't really fire towards the ground unless the entire helicopter was pointing towards the ground on the original toy. But on this one, you do get some more movement with that. So that's cool. I think that's, let me flip it around. Whoops. Again, it's a little tight for this really long helicopter, but you get the same panels on this side with the engine and the gun. And I want to say on the original toy, there was only a side gun on one side. So I could be wrong on that, but I want to say on this one, you get side guns on both sides. But one thing you have on this side is you get this, which is the winch and hook. So on the original toy, this was on the very bottom, but on this one, it is an actual, piece that you connect like a missile. But you do get that feature, and you just wind it up. I cheated and pulled, but really you should probably. And I guess it's technically made for people, like if you want to go in and rescue somebody. But I want to remember with the original toy, you could like actually pick up some vehicles as well. So I don't know how well this hook would work with a heavy vehicle, but you can maybe try it out. So, and again, this just attaches on the bottom wing. Oops. So that's pretty much it. I think that covered pretty much everything about this. Like I say, for me, as far as one other thing I want to touch on. You get blast effects to attach to various missiles. So obviously, this big one is made more for this big missile, and I guess you can also, if you want to make it look like the missile is firing, it's already fired out, you can plug it in like that and then take this and plug it in like that. So it looks like the missile's actually firing. You get two of these big blast effects. You get two of these smaller ones that have the thicker little plug. So this also plugs into this missile. I think it'll plug in. It's a tight fit, but you can plug it in to these missiles as well. You get two of these. And then you get a set of smaller ones. So you can like plug this into the back. So it looks like it's firing like that. You can also plug it into side cannon, I think. Yeah, so you can plug it in like that. You can plug it into this cannon as well, or you can plug it into, turn it back around. You can plug it into this cannon as well. So you only get two of these, but again, various gun blasting effects that you can use. One final thing you get, this plastic piece. So there's no mention of this in the instruction book. It is attached to the bottom here like this. So if you watched Hasbro's unboxing video that they did a couple of months ago for this, basically they said they included this plastic piece just so to prevent these legs from spreading out. I don't think that's really going to be a problem. So there's really not a whole lot of need for this little plastic piece. But if you're wondering what this is for, that's technically what it's for, to give extra support to those bottom, whatever you want to call those things. Let's see what else. There's a decal sheet, which I forget where I put the decal sheet. I had it here a minute ago. I have not put any of the decals on from the decal sheet. So everything you see as far as decals go, those are already included on the Dragonfly. I don't know if I'll put any of the additional decals, which I have now lost. Oh, here. So you want to add additional decals to missiles and to the sides and things like that. Again, they've given you a bunch of varying ones. I think these are supposed to be reusable at least a couple of different times. But so if you do like stick one on and get a little crooked or something, you should be able to get it back off and put it on correctly. This is like for the figure, for the helicopter stand, which I'll show you that here in just a second. And that is the final thing, is the stand. I'm probably going to hang mine from the ceiling, so I don't think I'm going to be using the stand. But you've got 2 holes. Oh, and this thing uses 3 AA batteries for the electronics. While we're at it, so the electronics are activated by this button up here. So you can have all the lights come on, and all the lights are up at the front here. So in the cockpit, and then you've got the headlights here on each side, and then there's a searchlight here on the bottom. So you can have just the bottom light and the cockpit lights. You can have just the cockpit lights. I don't think you can have the headlights and the cockpit light. Oh, yeah, you can. So if you want just the headlights without the bottom light, but the cockpit lights always come on when any of the other lights come on. But those are your different light settings. And they stay on for a couple of minutes. Again, it takes 3 AA batteries, which goes there here on the bottom. And then you've got these 2 holes here. So you can either, it is just a solid plastic base that just plugs in. So you can either have the helicopter where it is pointing upwards, or you can flip it around and have it where the helicopter points downward. But because the base is, there's no articulation on the base. So those are your 2 displaying options. If you're going to use that. So, and unlike, we've seen with like the Sky Striker and stuff that they did for the 3 3/4 inch line, where you could like attach missiles and stuff to this, there's none of that with this. You just get the base. It is just clear plastic with the green base there, and that's it. So yeah, that is your Haslab Dragonfly. So overall, I like it. Like I say, biggest pain for me is just getting the figures in and out of the cockpit with those seatbelts and everything. So that takes a little work, but otherwise, it is pretty flawless to me. I'm not a huge fan of the big white missiles, but that's just a minor thing. But it is very accurate overall to the original Dragonfly toy. And I like the Wild Bill figure. The other 3 figures to me just were not that important. Like I say, I'd rather have a regular Ripcord in his green camo outfit, not the black outfit. And same thing with Crazy Legs. I'd rather have a regular Crazy Legs. But overall, I am very happy with my purchase. Hasbro has once again done what I would consider to be a very nice job with modernizing their G.I. Joe vehicles in a 6-inch scale. Judge Ross says, I know it's not a real copter, but the missiles look too big to me. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a missile expert, but I think, again, it's because there's nothing else white on the helicopter. It is just, I feel like those missiles would have looked better if they were black or even green maybe, but black, I feel like would go with the rest of the black on the helicopter. So I feel like if they'd made those missiles black instead of white, that would have been better. But John says Joes don't use regular missiles. They use regular missiles sometimes. They never kill anybody, but they do use. Mr. Allmine, did I get a shipping notification? I did not. I got something from Hasbro like a week ago saying my thing had left the building, but no tracking number was given to me. It came FedEx, so I was able to track it through the FedEx app on my phone. However, I got no, like I could see it on the FedEx app, but it wasn't moving. Like they created the shipping label, but it didn't indicate that it was actually shipping. So the day before it arrived, I got a notice, I think from FedEx, saying a package was going to be delivered the next day. But again, the communication from Hasbro was not the greatest. And when you went to the actual Hasbro website, I haven't checked it here now, but like even after I had this in my hand, I went to the Hasbro Pulse website and went to my order, and it still said shipping was pending. So, and you guys may recall, I gave a Dragonfly away to somebody back when the campaign, the Haslab campaign was going, and they've gotten theirs as well. So they got theirs the same day I got mine. So I don't know, but if it wasn't for the FedEx app giving me more accurate updates, I would have been pretty clueless about this when it was going to arrive. So if that answers your question. And they weren't those missiles weren't that big on the original toy either. I don't know why they went with that. I don't know why they did white, and I don't know why they made them quite so big. The size to me does, if those missiles were black, the size wouldn't bother me, but the fact that they're white makes the size just to me stand out. What was the equivalent GI Joe chopper called? Not sure if there was a second part of that question. Oh, you mean like in real life? I don't know. I've never been, if you want me to tell you real names of guns or the real official names of military vehicles and stuff, I'm not the right person. Oh, another thing, I also like, so they have Wild Bill's name on the side. Let me just jump back over there. So, they have his name. So on the original toy, they had Wild Bill's name and Airborne's name, but they just have Wild Bill. I don't know what the WS stands for. I could probably look up his original file card and it would tell me, but I don't remember what the WS stands for. But Lieutenant WS Wild Bill Hardy. I have to force him inside. Yeah, getting them in those seatbelts. I wish you could take those seatbelts out. I know they're more realistic, but to me, they're just a pain in the ass. And if there was a way to take those seatbelts out, I would rather not have the seatbelts, honestly. Um, but definitely getting them in there and getting them in there without knocking off things like glasses or getting it stuck on their gear or things like that, and then being able to get them to hold the throttle and stuff, it is definitely a little bit of a challenge. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. Again, I will be back, well, kind of back, but again, if you missed the beginning of the video, the channel update portion of this video was to say that if you're a non-channel member, not much is going to change for you. Still, on average, 3 videos a week, 2 live streams, Monday and Wednesday, around this time, 3 p.m. and then a normal regular pre-recorded Friday video. But on top of that, for channel members, if you decide to become a channel member, link is in the video description. And as of right now, unless somebody's joined while we were doing this live stream, I only have one channel member. But regardless of that, I'm going to start doing more content for channel members, probably Thursdays and Tuesdays, and maybe even on the weekend sometimes. And it'll vary. But like tomorrow, again, for channel members, if you decide, you can become a channel member between now and tomorrow if you want to. But we're going to take a look at this DC Multiverse new Batman figure from McFarlane Toys. This was a McFarlane store exclusive. And I think it's sold out. Pretty cool figure with the sculpted and the soft goods cape. So we're going to take a close look at that tomorrow. Talk about some other things. But again, my goal with the channel membership thing is, not really, it's not about getting you to pay money for something. The money essentially will go back into the channel. Any money that, you guys spend on this channel will go back into the channel, hopefully, to provide you with a funner environment, to talk action figures, whatever. And, we're going to do things like giveaways and stuff. But I want to do more with the channel membership, try to get that really going. But again, if you decide not to become a channel member, I totally get it. It is $3 to become. I think that was like the lowest I could get it to set. I wanted to do $1, but it wouldn't let me go lower than the $3. So, but again, it's not like you're just giving me money. It is that money will end up essentially coming back to you in some way, whether it's content, whether it's giveaways, whether it's whatever. But I just want to do more in regards, might bring on some guests for those shows and what have you. Again, primarily those would be Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe occasionally on the weekends. And then again, otherwise though, business as usual for you guys with the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday stuff. So if you decide you don't want to become a channel member, you're not going to get anything less. It's just those who do become channel members will get more, I hope, going forward. So, and remember, next year, we're down to the final 2 months, less than 2 months of this year. Next year, I will be celebrating my 25th anniversary running Toy News International. It'll be 25 years ago next year when I started the website. So we're going to be doing some, a lot of celebrating, which is going to translate to you guys getting hopefully some cool giveaways and stuff like that. So next year is an anniversary year for me. Never in my dreams that I imagine I would still be doing this 25 years later. So, and with the channel membership thing, it's just going to be kind of a branch off of that, really. And again, like I'm playing with this idea of like creating a section just for on the TNI forums, where if you become a channel member here and you go over and you register, you will be granted access to that special channel member section of the forums. Only channel members will have access to that area. And then, which would allow me to communicate more directly with people, to do better, easier to do giveaways, contests, things like that. So, not technically here on YouTube, but essentially an added benefit to those who do become channel members. So that is definitely something I am toying around with. But hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully next year will be a good year. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm looking forward to another 25 years. I'm not sure I'll still be alive in another 25 years, but I'll probably still be alive. But if I'm still running these websites in 25 years, then maybe something's going on. I don't know. But hopefully, still got a few good years left in me, and looking for next year to be a good year for the sites, and hopefully for you guys. Action figures are great, and that's really where I'll leave it at. So thank you guys for tuning in today. As always, if you back the Haslab Dragonfly and you haven't gotten it, it probably will be showing up very soon. And definitely, again, Hasbro's G.I. Joe team has done a fantastic job with this vehicle. Biggest yeah, I'm going to hang mine, I think, from the ceiling because I really am running out of space. It's not, the Dragonfly is not as big, like it's really thin. It's just long. So, but it's not quite, maybe it won't take up as much space as you might think. I almost feel like the His tank takes up more shelf space than the Dragonfly, but again, it is definitely longer than the His tank. So, but yeah, so, again, thank you guys. I will be back on tomorrow if you decide to become a channel member. Again, right now I only have one, so I'm not looking for a huge turnout tomorrow, but I will be back tomorrow technically doing a channel only live stream, member only live stream. And then on Friday, I'll be back with the normal news video. Also, don't forget tomorrow, for you Marvel Legend fans, we've got a new pre-order with the Spot figure. And Gambit is currently available. X-Men 97 Gambit has been reissued and currently available at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment. So stay safe out there, guys. Have a great week. And until next time, I don't have my pen to throw at you, but I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com, JediInsider.com, and TFormers.com. And remember, action figures are great,